Based on the last JAMB that was written, only about 4.6% of the entire population of people that wrote JAMB scored 250 and above.
And now they are bringing down even the cut
to 150.
That's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. So 150 over 400 is 37.5%. What is that? That is less than 39. F. Now, the minimum threshold for entering university right now is less than F. That is recipe for massive scale disaster going into the future.
Gone are those days that when we are talking, what we used to brag is, I read Lion and the Giant. Here we say, I read Animal Farm. So what do we use to brag now? I bought GLE, I bought Benz, how many followers? What is the effect of followership?
Following on social media does not confer expertise on areas for which you did not acquire the following. So you acquired your following because you were an actor. Now you are an expert on marriage. How now? Hello there. You're welcome to the Faith and Culture podcast. And today I'm not alone in the studio. I have someone incredibly smart, intelligent, and he is quite a great thinker, and you guys will get to know, at least to hear from him firsthand. I've known him now for quite a while. We went to OU together, and his career has evolved into such an incredible journey of excellence. I think that's one thing that is consistent with what he has done, for the past maybe 10, 13 years since he started his craft as in comedy. So I imagine your head is doing all kinds of numbers on you. You're trying to figure out who I'm talking about. Drum roll, anyone? So I'm in the studio with Àsírí.
My
Yes.
eyes is pushing me.
The interesting thing about Àsírí is that he's a lot of things to a lot of people. Àsírí is a comedian for a lot of people. To most people, he's a comedian. But if you get to know him personally, you realize that he's a lot more than a comedian. He wears several hats. I knew him as a comedian back on campus as well, but he has evolved in an incredible way into all kinds of things. And each and every one of those things is marked by excellence. He's a thought leader, he's an author, he's a public speaker. Just last year, we stumbled on each other at a TEDx platform where we spoke together on the same stage. And when I see how he just continues to reveal dimensions of himself, you follow some of his thoughts online, and you're just in awe. Typically, people have associated, clownery with comedy.
Yeah.
You can't be a serious person if you're into comedy. But to hear the level of wisdom that he dishes out every single time, even though he's into comedy, he does MC work, and he's a consultant to organizations, big NGOs across the world, and he still is a comedian. How does he do it? I mean, if you've ever had that question in your mind, I'm sure you would learn a lot from today's session. But what really made me decide to bring Àsírí on to this episode was something that happened recently. The CEO of MoneyPoint went for the platform Africa at the Covenant Nation a couple of weeks ago. And he said some things on the platform which a lot of people had some interesting comments about. And there was some sort of a controversy about some of his quotes and statements online. I picked up on those, narratives, and I shared my thoughts on them in church with some of my leaders. And just a few days after, I listened to, Àsírí posted a video of him just addressing the same thing. And it was pretty much echoing word for word some of the things that I had said as well in church. And it really just resonated with me. And I thought, you know what? We've never had this. I've known this guy now for several years. I think we should have a sit down and talk about this. Arresting some of the intellectual decline that we're observing with the Nigerian youth, the average Nigerian youth, and why that thing was even a controversy. To be honest, it still baffles me. And so these are some of the things we'll be learning today and be sharing on today's episode of Faith and Culture. Once again, welcome to the studio, Àsírí.
Thank you. Thank you, Pastor Dami. Since I've known you, there's always been pastor in front of you. And I admire that consistency.
Thank you, sir.
I said it behind your back, so I should say it in front of you. That just before I left, I was telling my wife that I'm seeing you, Pastor Dami of Castle. So I just said, for a long time, this man has been pastor.
Yeah.
So that alone,
thank you.
I celebrate
Thank you.
for
Thank
that.
you so much. Thank you
Yes,
so
sir.
much. Thank you. So Like I said earlier in the introduction of your person, it's not common to find comedians who wear the kinds of hats that you wear. You know, I remember you were actually the MC, yourself and Arole, you were the MC for our final year dinner at Pitt Theatre several years ago. This was 2013, 2014, thereabouts.
It should be.
A very long time ago. And this is 12, 13 years later, and you're still waxing even stronger. And you've created other dimensions of yourself, branded it, and you've continued to make tremendous impact, both in the comedy space and industry, but also in thought leadership. The quality of your thoughts is really profound. And I tell people as well that comedy is a very difficult job to do because it requires a level of intelligence that people don't seem to appreciate. You know, but how do you straddle all of these worlds that you operate in?
You know, let me start from the last thing you said.
Yeah.
You know, comedy actually, the back end of comedy is a serious work. So because for you to make people laugh, that means you have to suppress whatever it is that is their strongholds. And to do that, it requires a level of preparation. Comedians can come on stage and make it look like it's
casual.
Just, no, it's not casual. It's a lot of preparation.
True.
You have your cue in your head, you know what you want to say. So basically, then for me, I had always known that, maybe because a word preceded me, even when I was not serious. Because when comedy started for me, it was just casual talent, just me casually showcasing my talent. So one day I casually added that comedy leverage. It didn't make sense to me. So I wrote it down, comedy leverage. What does comedy leverage mean? But it didn't make sense to me. That was in 2014. I remember. Comedy. What one is comedy leverage? So over time, when I now started seeing some dimensions of me come, and I realized that, so I was lucky enough to know that comedy was the leverage for me. So it wasn't the destination. So the moment I saw that comedy gave me that buzz, I know my assignment was worrying me that, bro, go into this thing, write book. You know, my first book, people were criticizing me that,
what did you put inside?
Show me one Google. Which one is that? We see they enjoy who's will be Bobby to me. Who's they write? I mean, so the first set of people that bought that book, I swear they bought it out of doubt. They wanted to have me.
I can't imagine.
Yeah, because prior to then, there's no precedence of my thought leadership. I think I've never, maybe my captions sometimes, but I never came out full. So when people read the book, it was a game changer.
I think it was Àsírí as well.
Yeah,
that was the name of the book.
That was why I named it Àsírí Mystery.
So
when I released that book, I think that book did a lot in changing the perspective. Because because I had a lot of perception around me. You know, there were a lot of things that changed about me. Don't forget that I emerged I was an interpreter to Arole. So many people saw me as that guy, echoing what Arole was saying. There was the indigenous limitation that, I think we are appealing to only Yoruba audience. So there were a lot.
Wow.
And every of those stereotypes, they've been broken now.
Wow.
So basically, I knew it was a leverage. So, and that was it. That was what pushed me. That, we'll continue.
So where did you get the bulk of your starting inspiration from in terms of the way you see the world? Because I think that's what funds much of the thought leadership. You see mysteries, you see patterns, you see insights in random things, and you write about them, and they come across very profound. Where did that type of exposure start from? Was it a book you read? Was it someone you listened to? Was it what inspired that version of you?
Yeah. Obviously, it's God.
Yeah.
Then now to break it down, so I read a lot. I read a lot. Then I'm very observant. I'm so observant that there was a time I knew all the number plates of my friends offhand. Without deliberate, I never memorized it. It was just by. There was a time I knew, when we were in school, I knew the magic numbers of almost all our classmates. So I'm their
Wow.
I'm their notice board.
Wow.
Baba, see. And they won't say sure. They know. That's just my brain. My brain can pick patterns. I'm like,
wow.
You now 174. If you go there,
yeah.
So at some point, people will be like, has actually seen his result. If he has seen his result, it's
already in his head.
So I had that type of brain that it could pick patterns. Then I could observe it. I have this observational strength. Like if I walk past somewhere, when I get up, I can tell you, I saw this. Before I came in, the yellow bus was coming. I saw a woman. So my brain sees pictures. So I think that's a gift from God.
Yeah.
Then to now, capital, I interact mostly with people that are older than I. So then I think life forced me to be an adult early. So I became an adult early, even when I was supposed to still be. At 15, I lost my mom already. So I was already an adult. My dad, yes, he was there, but he's not the type of dad that police children. He didn't even know my department, or not to talk of my hostel till I finished. I could have done anything. He just believed that about you'll be fine. So I think those things shaped my view of life. So when I see things, I'm always able to relate it to an experience, something I read somewhere. Then I had this cultural exposure. And as I started talking, there's one thing I want to add to it that just occurred to me now. So another thing that helped me was, so my dad was like a community leader. My dad was a community leader when we were growing up. So they used to settle community conflict in our sitting room. So usually I used to listen. So I somehow I saw people's problem, marital, they bring their marital problem, financial problem. So early, I'm not supposed to be private to those discussions as I did. So I think at some point it made me. You understand?
Light years ahead of your.
Exactly. So when I started growing, when I started, I know this man that they settled this fight. No, I don't want to go this. So I think those things really helped me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And that's interesting because, we live in a generation where people don't seem to respect the wisdom of the elders anymore. People just feel like they don't know. They are not in the know. They are not reigning. They are not the ones trending.
Sure.
And we tend to just focus only on the knowledge that we have available in our own generation without really receiving from the and old. I think that's a difference maker, because what we have in this generation is available for everybody, but what can make the difference is probably the insight you've gleaned from the fathers.
For sustainability, really for you to go far, for you to stand the test of time, for you to even fight warfare. Warfare is not a new age phenomenon.
Sure.
So I was telling someone, I say, the guy was arguing with me. I don't want to go into details of the things that caused the arguments. I now ended the conversation that I pray for you from my heart that the problem that will shake your faith, will not happen to you. So when it happens, you will realize that warfare is more than confession. I'm not downplaying confession. I confess a lot. But there are some things I pray that experience of life don't force you to realize. And that was like, because he was arguing with me on some things. I was like, Baba, let's leave it that way. Because you won't understand.
Wow.
You will not understand. The things the old people, because we entered some degree of glamour, we understand branding, you now believe that. Don't worry. May that knowledge not be tested.
Wow.
You will understand.
Wow. That's really powerful because, a lot of people just downplay the knowledge of the elders these days. They just even insult them sometimes at will, and the perspective you're sharing is really profound, because it makes sense. The fact that the way you think, the way you see patterns, because, you've never told me this, but I could tell that the way you write, you see patterns. It's clear. And once anybody sees patterns, they can become prophetic. Because once you're able to see patterns, you can predict outcomes. You can predict.
Yes, sir.
And there's nothing that tells us how wise a person is really, except for his ability to predict what could happen.
Exactly.
If you do this way, you do this way, chances are that you would arrive at this.
The outcome.
So it's a really powerful, perspective and foresight that I think you have. And I think it's even a gift that you need to fine-tune more and harness more, because it's strong. It's really strong on you, honestly.
Thank you.
So to the main conversation that prompted me to invite you to the studio. Not too long ago, we had the platform, May 1st. So that's barely 3 weeks away. And Tosin Elorunda, that's the CEO of Money Point. He was saying some things. I've listened to the entire thing as well, just like you said in the post. And I honestly couldn't objectively highlight or spotlight any error in what he had said. Now, I understand perhaps what may have gotten the people who blew back and had that backlash on him. What they may be thinking. Maybe they thought he came across a little too elitist in the way he said it. Almost like, oh, you are now up there now. We Nigerians, we are now dollars. We don't know anything again. So maybe they felt like it was a bit condescending. But I beg to differ in a way, because there's almost no conversation that has to do with intelligence that may not come across like that. That's condescending. There's no way you can actually talk about, okay, this is the intelligence quotient of the population in Nigeria, that will not somehow come across as though you are trying to say, okay, you don't know book now. Exactly. You are the one that know book. There is a way, it's almost impossible for him to bring up that assertion, that conclusion about the fact that we need to improve our intelligence quotient and our IQ as a nation. There is no way he could have said that without coming across the way you perceived it. And so it was an impossible thing to do. Yet, there was such a huge blowback. And I think it was you that also said it in the post, how that we need to encourage those that are building things rather than pull them down, rather than attack them. There is a need to listen to what they have to say, because they've built something. They've grown something from zero to something significant that the world is paying attention to. No matter how the way he said it is, there is something to take from what he said beyond how he said it. So in a nutshell, really, there is a real problem on our hands. I run a business school. We have all kinds of programs and trainings that we run for organizations. We employ people as well. We run programs for entry-level talents. We train organizations B2B on different knowledge areas, leadership, strategic thinking, all of that, strategy, negotiation, all of that. And I can clearly see exactly what he's saying. You could have 100 people apply for a job, and you are barely seeing more than 3 solid people, And by the time you look at the numbers as well, from data points, you see that we are increasingly getting less intelligent. If the metrics of JAMB and some data points that are available online are anything to go by. Right now, based on the last, it's just funny, based on the last JAMB that was written, only about 4.6% of the entire population of people that wrote JAMB scored 250 and above. Imagine. 250 and above was only scored by less than 5%. Imagine. Right? And of course,
that they are bringing down even the cut
to 150.
That's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. So 150 over 400 is 37.5%. What is that? That is less than 39. And that was 39, which is F.
39 is F.
39 is F. Now, the minimum threshold for entering university right now is less than F.
No.
That is recipe for massive scale disaster going into the future. If the level of intelligence we are expecting from people who are coming into universities to learn solid professional work and corporate skills that can help the nation and of course Africa come out of this situation of poverty and all kinds of issues that we're faced with, if this is the expectation we have of them, then what can we hope for? What, in your opinion, is the biggest reason behind this situation we found ourselves? I don't want to have to preempt you with some of the things, but in your own words.
Sincerely, it's worrisome, and I'm glad that you highlighted it.
Yeah.
You know, it has started for a long time, but I think we didn't notice, or maybe we noticed and we felt like things would get better. Because, for instance, look at the generation of our parents. If I'm lying, you can poke hole into my survey. Do you realize that the age grade of our parents, the people in their 70s now, 60s now, if you put 10 people out of them, 9 out of 10, they had good handwriting. Did you notice?
Yes.
These are people that when they write I, their I is not ordinary. If they write something for you, you'll be tempted not to print it.
True.
Then a generation came, we started with shorthand. Then there was generation, most of us, HBD, we started writing rubbish. There was a man in our church growing up then. That man, if he writes the minute for the parochial church council in the Anglican Communion, they don't, if you go and print what he writes, that means you've spoilt it, and it's handwritten.
Wow.
There was a Baba then too, he was our organist, he was the one that taught most people sight reading. The reason why I'm coming from this angle, there's a degree of discipline those people had. So when it got to our turn, the decline started. So our generation came, they started calling us computer age, millennials, and then before you know, the thoroughness reduced.
Wow.
Yes, it started from there. The thoroughness reduced. So people write anyhow, people speak anyhow.
Wow.
That's why the ruling class is still ruling us. Have you noticed that as much as we bash our politicians, is there any of them that took public speaking course secretly? Have you seen their cadence when they are talking? They were part of the spillover of that generation. The generation that they taught them how to enunciate their words. They taught them how to write. So when it got to our turn, that thing had already started. But of course, we were still closer to that generation. So we still had remnants. So by the time it was time for us to pass it on, the values were already falling off. Small things were already falling off. Small things like you don't greet someone while sitting down. So they were already becoming, did you understand? So when it now got to this generation, we actually built up to it sincerely, because over time we started spilling, we started looking away from all these things. And ultimately, what I would say is responsible for this huge decline, like I said in that video, is the trajectory of our reward system. That's the crux of the whole matter. It's the trajectory of our reward system. We had people that, okay, when you finish school, there was a generation when you finish school. I still saw my dad's meal card. When you finish school, you are entitled to a brand new car.
Wow.
You are entitled to a brand new car. There was a major riot in Unilag. I've forgotten the year that ended the life of someone. It's a popular riot. Do you know what caused the riot? Because they stopped giving them full chicken. So they started giving them half. So because they downgraded from full chicken to half chicken, that was what caused riot. So you can imagine. So the reward system, so we now got to an age where you see people that done all their years in school, do all these things, and you see the way the society accepts them. Then you see someone that randomly picked up the phone and
recorded something,
and you saw the person become popular overnight. You saw somebody saying tap 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 tap, follow my gifters, before he ends the life. People have given him like $5,000, $6,000. Wow. You not told the person that sit down and read your book. Sit down and read your book. It's not possible now. Once during WAEC or JAMB, you will know. I was telling someone that, see, I didn't have the feeling that there is JAMB. If there is JAMB, you will know. An average you will know.
Yes, now.
We'll put series at the back of our. We have all those series, 1933 to so. We know the books we read. Daily Ashade for English. You know those things. But now, it's vibes. So I think it's our reward system. And one of the things we need to do, and is one thing that I've been trying to do, people like you that have platforms, thank God you're doing it also, is for us to return the glamour and the glory back to intellectualism. Gone are those days that when we are talking, what we used to brag is I read Lion and the Jewel. You will say I read Animal Farm. You will say, so what do we use to brag now? I bought GLE.
Followers.
I bought Benz. How many followers? What is the effect of followership? What is the effect of followership on? And social media brought a lot of. And another reason, you know that there's a level of reservation that comes with being intellectual. So that's what people need to defeat. Evil is thriving because the good has remained silent. Let people come out.
Address these issues.
issues.
Yeah.
Bring your expertise into play. Let people see you. It's because the people are seeing. I was talking with someone and I was mentioning some names. She didn't know. I was coming back from US in February. Then I met this couple at the airport, and the woman was like, he was turning to her kids. You don't know Àsírí. You don't know Àsírí, the 12, 13 about like. She wants to be making the boy. I say, he don't know me. You cannot force him.
Yeah.
He does not know me. But the mother was shocked that you don't know. And now, I say, do you know Pella? Say, I know Pella. You know Jarvis, I know Jarvis. So it's the image. Yeah. And it's a problem.
It is.
It's a very serious problem.
It is,
and until
it's a very massive one.
We attack it as a whole. And
it's a very massive one.
Even organizations are not helping matters. Organizations are not helping matters. They will leave experts, but because they need numbers, they will go after people with numbers.
Yeah. And that you have following on social media does not confer expertise on areas for which you did not acquire the following. So you acquired your following because you are an actor.
Simple.
Now you are an expert on marriage. How now? But because you now have that number, whatever you say is considered to be doctrine. By the people that follow you, because there's no critical thinking anymore. Nobody is really perceiving the truth in what people are saying anymore. People just take whatever their celebrities have said, hook, line, and sinker. And it's one of the reasons why there's massive deception at a high scale. Because if I have someone who has 3 million followers and I get him to say something, his 3 million followers are under the influence of what he has now said, it's a lot easier to hoodwink those people under his influence than to actually do the hard work of convincing each and every one of those 3 million.
Very true. Very true.
And so we need to get back to critical thinking. And these are skills that are not taught in the traditional school system.
Again, it's not.
We need to get back to reading. You know, there's a stat that we got just before, this session that was quite interesting, and let me just share it with you quickly. It said that, an academic journal of interdisciplinary studies, did a survey involving 1,000 Nigerian youths.
Wow.
Now, specifically, 18.3% of the respondents clearly indicated that they have not read any book that was not related to their academics or career pursuit, while more than half of the total respondents only admitted to have read between 1 to 3 books in the past 1 year. Right? Less than 2% of them claim to have read at least 14 books within the same 12-month period. So that is how much less glamorous it is to read books. Now, compare that to this other study, which said, according to Nigerian Data Protection Commission, NDPC, over 40 million Nigerians spend an average of 6 hours daily on social media. Whereas they're not reading books.
They're not reading books, but they're on social media.
And the thing about books is that you can't multitask reading.
At all.
So whilst you're reading, you're fully focused, which has also added to the decline in attention span. Because with social media, the moment you stop being entertained and the dopamine is not hitting quite like it was, you can easily scroll, flip, and just move to the next exciting thing, and you can be there for 6 hours. And you have trained yourself not to be able to focus on things, which is why our discipline levels also dipped significantly. Because social media came in and then it became the obsession of pretty much the average youth.
Yes.
How can we arrest this problem?
One of the ways we can address it is for us to go back. First of all, our curriculum needs to be reviewed. The kind of what we are teaching, what they are teaching the people coming up. Then social media needs to be sanitized. We need to there has to be, because it's instant. that instant mentality. You watch this one, you move on to this one, you move on to this one. You are hungry, instant noodles.
Yeah.
You want to. So everything is. You even want to eat. You go on an app. You order your food. So these things, as much as technology has made it easier, it has truncated process.
Wow.
It has truncated process. So people, process is now a myth. Because the reason why process meant a thing to people like us was that there were no even shortcuts.
Yeah.
I'm not saying remote work is bad. There was no remote work.
Wow.
You will stand in the bus stop. You will wait for your boss. You will go. So all those things, they had the way of shaping us indirectly. But now, they are not there. So people actually don't understand. See, let me tell you one. I used to do one thing. I don't know I should say it. Whenever I want to put out a post and I want only the intellectual ones to read it, I would deliberately make the caption long. The caption will be long, so much that from afar you'll be discouraged. And it's because I want to filter the response I want to get, and it always
works.
It always, because they will not read. So the solution is in wide scale and widespread sensitization. Then every one of us, we need to start. And even me, I've made that adjustment. If anyone do something right now, I am beginning to learn to celebrate people well. So because we tend to play it down that let's move to the next thing. And these people that are engineering this narrative, if they buy something as simple as a wristwatch, they will post it. They will post it like an achievement.
That's what people are seeing.
So intellectualism,
G-wagons, all of that.
Knowledge, let's make it glamorous too.
Absolutely. We need to re-engineer the reward system.
Very important. If you so there was time I used to post books on my page. I would deliberately post books. I would post excerpts from books.
Wow.
So that people will see if you want to. So we need to bring back all those things.
Book clubs.
God bless you.
Camps.
Book clubs, camps, all these
cowbell competition.
There's this one stand that we used to do there. Science Association. There's one STEM or something. Yeah. There's still another one I've forgotten.
Jet Club. All those clubs.
Those things need to come back. They need to come back, or else there will be problem. See, if this generation go, and maybe the next generation, have you had a conversation with an average? Maybe I don't want to use Gen Z, is an overflog word, but an average, maybe someone below 20, have a conversation with them. First of all, they can't sustain a conversation, most of them. Not all, there are exceptions. They can't sustain conversation. Number two, if you tell them to do something, they will miss the details staring at them in the face. The details are there. They will start asking you questions about what
you already mentioned or what is right in front of them.
The instruction is there.
Wow.
They will ask you questions about it. They can't fill form. Fill this form, they will not fill it. They will go and look for agents to fill it for them.
Especially now with the advent of AI.
So AI now
they've now outsourced critical thinking, analytical thinking, any type of thinking. So it's only consumption they want the social media for. So as far as it helps me get entertained, he gives me dopamine high. I'm okay with it. But when it comes to me thinking, producing, coming up with rigorous frameworks, curriculum, all those, it's too hard.
And now they've targeted as old school. So if you are a boss that is still clamoring in this line, they target as old school, they target as evil. That you are not allowing them go, you are too hard, you are too tight-fisted, you are too stiff-necked. You understand? So I think, yes, it's a hard battle, because let me tell you, this thing has already
seeped into the entire culture.
But it's a hard battle. If people can stand on business, and because I realized I've seen so many people in the cadre of Tosi and Elon that have been on platforms and people brought out what they said and they started twisting. So I knew that there's a deliberate onslaught
to malign.
Yes, to malign people that have built something. And why? Go to the university. You see the car professor is driving. You see the car content creator is driving.
And over exaltation of results over process.
From the federal government, what is the salary structure of a professor? So how do we go and convince these people to read when they saw what a professor is earning? Even a medical doctor in the country
Yeah.
is not earning as much. It will surprise you. I was talking with a consultant friend, and when he showed me his salary, I had to I didn't want to show you, because compared to what we earn, because medicine is the only grail of, there's a way we look medical
Yes,
student,
no.
it's the only grade. Medicine, you know, now. So for you to now become a consultant and you are collecting this, you now see they will not run away. So I think basically it's this sensitization we are doing and deliberate involvement, bringing up back all these book clubs.
Yeah.
Right. I said it got so bad that my second book, the book I wrote on process, originally that book was 386 pages.
Wow.
I said I will not release this book as 386 pages.
Wow.
It took me another 2 months to crystallize and fragment 386 to 98 pages.
Wow.
Because I was like, they will not read.
They will not read it.
So, but it was paining me.
Yeah.
But I had to face the reality that the people I want to read this book, if I present it like this, they will not read.
Or even the first world countries like China, many of them regulate the access that young people have to the very same TikTok that came from them.
That they gave us. Yes, now. They regulate it.
Right now, the number of people on TikTok is as high as the number of people on Facebook. So, what is re-engineering the mindset and the ideology of the average young individual, whether it's in Nigeria or Africa, is apparent. And it's the culture of the glam culture, the, ostentatious culture of showing wealth. Just recently, a celebrity hung out with another one and they were insulting people with Camry.
Exactly.
So to them, money is identity.
Exactly. So
if you are stripped of your money, you don't have life now. You don't have mouth. In fact, why should you be talking? Why should I even be talking to you if you don't have G-Wagon?
Imagine.
So, and these are the people that the average young individual wants to be like.
Exactly.
If I can just blow like this person.
That's
so the image is far more important than the process that gets you to arrive there.
Yes.
If you can arrive there with Yahoo, arrive there. If you can arrive there with rituals, arrive there.
Just arrive.
If you can arrive there with corruption, arrive. Just arrive. Nobody will ask you how you got there.
Yeah.
So the value system, and I guess perhaps this is also where the God factor also comes in, because this is a conscience conversation. This is a morality conversation.
Yes,
because the way you're talking and everything, something produced the sense of restraint you have. There are several other ways you could have explored to make money.
Yes.
There are several other ways you could have explored to make it in life, but whatever restrained you must be something deeper than just, I need to make it in life.
Exactly.
It has to be a deeper conscience work. So can you just maybe share with us what your journey with God has been like in terms of how it has helped you navigate? Because it's also tough to be in the creative space, the industry that you work in, and retain your Christian values. I asked you, if you still attend Daystar, you're like, yes, you've been attending Daystar for over a decade now. And Pastor Sam Adeyemi is your pastor, and you've stayed consistent. So how have you been able to use your relationship with God to maintain some measure of integrity in the creative space?
I think that I will talk about that, and that's where parenting also comes in. So I think parenting has also changed.
Wow.
Many parents, they've lost their voices because their children became economically viable than them. So they couldn't control.
Correct.
They can't control the yield that is funding them. They know what this boy is doing. You know what this boy is doing, but he's the one funding the house.
Wow.
So, and it's a classist society. Even I made some conscious switch, and I had a comedy club, and I had comedians. I had over 16 comedians that come and perform, and I told them one day that, please, let's stop this. Rich man, they do like this. Poor man, they do like this. It's funny, but in the long run, I realized that not only has it been overflogged, I think it doesn't make sense. It's creating a kind of chasm that is unhealthy. Don't say rich people. There's a way. We do it because I'm guilty of it. I've done it severally because it's very easy for you to crack joke about people in VGC and I'll say, okay, when you get to Makoko, this is how they do. When you get to Iju, it's easy. But I realized that over time, it's a way of reinforcing the same narrative, that classist system, making the poor to feel like they don't belong. And the poor now realize that, you know what, I need to. Because when we're growing up, parenting, our parents, we didn't know what rich is, we didn't know what poor is. Because everybody just, we wake up, you go out, we don't, you go to church, you don't. So, and that's where, and we're talking about God. I was lucky in that I grew up knowing about God. So not like, my house is not like spirikoko. Yeah, my mom is spirikoko, that I think she took me to almost all the CAC. Oh, there's no CAC I didn't go. That's why I can pray like them. CAC Okeagbarashi, Prophet M. Olowere of blessed memory. I saw Baba lay hands on me. We'll go to automatic prayer, and we'll carry water. We'll go to Alashepe, Prophet Elami also of blessed memory. We'll go to Ikoyi. We'll go to.
Why won't you blow? Too many hands have been.
See, if I try mentioning mountains, but you go there. Akikemi in Ede, Aya Mountain. There's one big one. That one, if you climb that one, is in Ekiti. They call it Iduajinori. If you climb that mountain, see me, I'm a mountain person. So those things were not joke. It was our life. So we knew prayer. Prayer has always been. We don't joke with it. So growing up, when I started facing the world, I wasn't compelled to have that restraint. I think it was something that actually seeped into me. So such that even when my folks were not there, even when I had the liberty to do whatever I wanted to, I couldn't do it. Not out of trying to impress anyone, but the knowing part of it was not part of it. The knowing just came to me that this not. You didn't do it. So why will you start doing it now? And that is what is wrong now. That is what is wrong now. There's too much luxury available. There's too much television going around. See, all these things cause problems. It might sound funny. We were the generation that grew up in a time where you waited for. It was prorated. See, the fact that you know that you will wait
on demand
to watch TV, that thing has taught you delayed gratification.
Yes, absolutely.
The generation that will wait till 4 to watch TV is different.
And know that they have to finish their homework and all of that before they can.
You know, by once it is 9. You are done. You are done. Your papa go hear news. You won't watch TV after
news.
Wait till do you. So now compared to the generation,
and if you wanted movies, you have to wait for DBN midnight from like 12.
Our favorite super story, we wait 7 days. See, those things taught us. Yes, now those things taught us waiting. This generation
now waiting. It's on demand.
So I want to. I missed it. When I go to YouTube, it's on demand. Yes, it's good. It's a welcome development, but it has adjusted. Because this generation does not know that waiting is a strategy. They do not know that delayed gratification. It's why marriages are ending. It's those small things. Somebody that cannot, if you can wait for, do you know how that Swara story? Do you know? And they will finish it at the point where you want to know what is coming next.
They'll just
they'll say next week on your award-winning super story. You wait 7 days.
You start imagining all kinds of things in your head.
God now help you. After that 7 days, you now carry lights. Or your generator refuses to work.
Right?
Yeah, I'm not saying that we should go back to the old age, but this is me just pointing out
the things that they allowed us to see things the way we see them today.
So then when they say someone is grounded, someone is patient. Someone is, because if you are not patient, you can't get things done.
Absolutely.
There are a lot of things that happened to me that I would have overreacted and I would have spoiled everything. But in the end of everything, I just realized that these things will finally work out. But this generation, that's why I've hosted a wedding reception before that they started fighting from the wedding reception.
Wow.
The wedding ended at the venue. I was the MC. I'm not proud to say it.
Wow.
They started fighting right at the venue. And the wedding ended at the venue. It didn't make it to honeymoon. So I had a client that don't let me go there.
Wow.
He had called me to host his wedding 3 times. each time with a different person. So usually when I see his corner, he will just say, Igbo landlord this time around.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm his official MC. I'm not doing this to make jest of him, to make fun of him. He's my guy, so he even understands if he's listening to this. But it's the generation we are in. You see someone, you are talking with someone, they're already sizing you up.
Yeah.
Which phone is he using?
Yeah.
Which car is he driving? What is he wearing? But see, if you have to show it, then you don't have it. Because it's inside. It's inside. So, and another thing, thank God you run the ministry also, and I believe that you're very conscious of that also in your ministry. It's children ministry. What goes on in those Sunday school schools? Because we were a product of Sunday school.
Yes.
Memory verse. I know no memory verse. Where are you coming from? Nobody knows memory verse again these days. And we've gotten to the point of convenience gospel.
Yeah.
So now people
stream online.
The gospel is now convenient.
Breakfast.
Now people pick. So people pick the sermon they want to hear. Yeah.
They're not submitted anymore.
Pastor Dami preached about prosperity. They forgot that Pastor Dami preached about holiness 2 weeks ago. But so people now select. They've forgotten that this thing is a whole package. It's not isolated.
Absolutely.
It's not isolated. It's a foundation. Everything comes together to form you. So not to just be raising issue. The solution lies in all these things I'm saying. Yeah. Right from the family, sir. How are you taking care? How are you nurturing the one in your house?
Yes, absolutely.
The one in your house.
Absolutely. Hitler belonged to a family.
Exactly. The one in your house before you escape.
Yes.
Do us a favor. Even if the government is not doing anything, do us a favor. Let everyone get it right at home.
At home.
When they come out, the aggregation will see results. Yes. Someone said if everyone sweeps the front of their house.
That was the quote I was about to make.
If everyone sweeps the front of their house,
the entire city will be clean. Yeah.
This thing, success is an aggregation of routines. Yeah. If you got it right from the home front, I got that from the home. When our kids meet, it's not like your kid got it right, your kid now met another kid, and
then now starts to influence before you know what's going on.
So don't let us even go too far. Let us address the family.
Stop abdicating parenting. Stop outsourcing it to teachers and nannies.
I'm very busy, but my favorite part of the day is going to get my kids. Because I don't like outsourcing it. I will go and get them myself. I will ask them how far. He will tell me everything before we get home.
Yeah.
His sister, that one is just starting to talk, so his that one doesn't say much. So, but it's because I want to know. So one day I went to their school and I was asking their teacher, what of this person? Where is he? Where is she? And the teacher was like,
you know all these people. How did you know?
He mentions their names at home. Now all of them with their son.
Yeah.
He was
just like his father.
So I was like, this boy is Johnny. I think he has that kind of
that pattern.
He will come, he will tell you their son name, everything.
Wow.
So if all of us in the middle of our busy schedule, let us get it right at home. Just do us a favor that the one that will come out from the house, let us be sure that one is solid. So if everyone can do that, we are 70% done. We are 70%.
But you know, there's also the bigger problem of the world out there that are not in homes. They were produced by, all kinds of situations that just brought them into a situation where there's no father, there's no mother. They are relying on the street to raise them. The family front, super important.
Yeah.
But there's also a wider community of people that are at large, that are pretty much on their own. Yeah. No role models. They are willing to do whatever it takes to please the person that is going to give them the dinner for that day. And there's a need for us to even take a bigger responsibility. For the general society, yes, make sure your home is sorted. Yeah. But we also need to start taking responsibility for even beyond our homes. Because when we hear about the situations going on in Nigeria, for example, all the insecurities going on, poverty has been weaponized.
A lot.
Poverty has been weaponized. By the time a child who grew up on the streets, gets called up by some guy with terrible agenda, and gives him a gun and tells him, go get this for me, this is the gun. He will do whatever he says. So economic empowerment can become a terrible, tool in the hand of the wrong person. And that's why people who have great plans for the country, people that have national development in mind, need to start thinking also, because the entire massive exodus of brain drain and talent in Nigeria is because they're no longer seeing the future in what's going on here.
Exactly.
And the leadership at the very highest level, they are not modeling it. Lee Kuan Yew of Singapore was able to transform the entire future of Singapore. At some point, Singapore was just nothing. They were literally begging Malaysia to survive. Right now, they're one of the top 3 economies in the world. How did they achieve it? The leadership started modeling the right type of value system, started rewarding the right things, incentivizing the right things, and created serious punishment for wrongdoing, corruption, throwing things on the floor, spitting on the floor, putting gum anywhere. Those things were met with serious, consequences. There was a particular senator or someone in the cabinet that embezzled money. Do you know this guy committed suicide because he was more comfortable with committing suicide than facing the wrath of the law, because he was not going to escape it. The fact that he was, buddies with the president did not mean he was going to be, exonerated or left without proper justice being meted out. And that tells you the kind of system that produces economies that everyone admires and wants to be like. We can't keep cutting corners. If we cut corners in the family, the guy will cut corners in school.
Exactly.
The guy will cut, if he cuts corner in school, he will cut corner in institutions, at work. He will keep cutting corners. And if he mistakenly enters the public office, he will cut corners. And for every corner you cut as a politician, you are literally eating up the future. You are eating up the possibility of a school in some rural area or community in your state. You are eating up the future. So for every money embezzled, you are eating up the future. And what restrains you, it's the value system you grew up with. So honestly, what you've said, calling parents to ensure that they are actively involved in the building of the person of their children. That is the kind of person that child is. It's so important, because the most we can do is what we have control over. We don't have control over the street, but at least the one that is living under my roof, you will turn out well. And hopefully you can also be influence.
If you have a higher percentage of people turning out well, it will overwhelm the ones.
Evil.
So yes, there's no perfect society in the world. So, but if we have a higher percentage of people turning out well, so the rest are negligible, and over time they will catch up. Why we're in this mess is that it's the larger percentage that is getting it wrong. It's the larger percentage that is getting it wrong. There are slums everywhere. I was shocked the day I went to White House. I did a tour to White House, and so my friend was driving me around, and less than 5-minute drive from the White House, I saw a slum.
Wow.
Thick slum.
Wow.
In DC, Washington DC. Hala, bro. We are just coming from White House. He said, do you know what that guy said? He said, I deliberately drove through here. I want to show you.
Wow.
So it's not all cozy everywhere. Because the difference was too clear. I was coming from the Oval Office, the President of the United States, and less than 5-minute drive from there, we entered a thick slum, and the guy was like looking at the mirror. He was like, saw junkies everywhere, and we had to drive out. You understand what I'm saying? So there's no perfect society, but the major issue is that if the things in our control, if we can, just like you said, if we can handle the ones in our control, the ones not in our control, we begin to catch up. It will not be consequential. That's the issue. It will not be consequential. There were kids when we were growing up that your parents are comfortable for you to go to their house, and there were kids they were not comfortable for you to go, because they know that, okay, go to this person's house. They know the
value systems
of their parents. They know what they stand for, what they represent. But these days,
wow, what a conversation it's been, Àsírí. Thank you for sharing all of these amazing thoughts. But I also have another question for you, because like I said earlier, you wear a number of hats. You're a comedian, you're a consultant, you're a thought leader, you're a public speaker, you're an author. You do a number of things. I was watching some of your videos in consulting, and I'm like, this is as good as it gets, How do you straddle that? And how have you been able to manage the branding of the different aspects of your expressions?
So for me, I had a mentor one time. He's still my mentor, so don't let me say had, but so we were talking and he said, Àsírí, you are different. So I need you to make that distinction between when you are Àsírí and when you are Damilare. So it'll be like when you are Àsírí, go all up, be Àsírí. When you are Damilare, be Damilare. So that thing he said struck my head, like it was like he used the word delineation. That was the word he used. That you should be able to, when you enter, let me know. It will even influence the way I will speak with you.
Yeah.
Okay, Àsírí ló wà, Damilare ló wà. So that thing rearranged my head. So it helped me to. So when I started consulting, when I started speaking to boards, like, of course, there were doubts initially. I had someone that he posted it on his page, on his WhatsApp, that we are glad Àsírí will be addressing our team on sales. His friend, he screenshot it to his friend, messaging that comedian they teach you now for sale. The guy said I never serious for that in our company.
Wow.
So and I told them about sales. This guy recorded it, sent it to the guy. Long story short, I trained the staff. I trained the staff when
wow.
Yeah, I'm on retainership with the guy too. So over time, it's just for me. When it started happening, when I made the switch and I saw how much life I've been blessed, I've been touched. The person that started a company based on the tweets, someone that arranged the milestone in his businesses, and he was able to attribute it to things I said. I was like, this person has even maximized me more than me. So you can't see those compelling results, and then you now say, okay, this gift is ordinary. So those were the things that forced me. So I was able to make that distinction. There was a company I went one time, December, I was their end of the year MC. We did everything together.
You were in the box.
When I entered January, the first two people that greeted me said, they know that another person come. How are you, my dad? We sat down. We started doing our projection, everything. They were confused. Aboni twin brother. So, and I read the book one time by, it was Kenneth Hagin, Plans, Purpose and Pursuits.
Yeah.
So, it's a very small book like this. So those things, so it helped me. I know how to switch. I know how to switch. So, and it really helped me. And for everyone, I think we all need that perfect blend. Because then Joseph's story helped me also. It was a breaking point for me. Joseph's story, because I just asked myself that, guy, if Joseph is an interpreter of dreams, he didn't do this thing like that now. He did exercise that gift up to 4 times or so. Yes, he did. He didn't exercise that. If that was the title of his life, he should. His autobiography.
Yeah, full of dreams.
Dreams. But he used it as a leverage.
Wow.
So I talk about comedy leverage. So he used it as a leverage. When he got to the palace, it's only an idiot that still trades skills in the palace. Like the skill, they already know you are good. So for you to get in front of the king, Baba, is not the conversation at that level. It's not about being talented or not.
Yeah.
It's the problem you can solve. Baba, you can interpret dream, but you don't enter palace.
Yeah.
Our greatest problem now is famine. We need the administrative skill. That was it.
That was a real issue.
So that was what helped me. For me, what took the place of dream interpretation for me was comedy. When people started getting to know me, I knew that comedy has an expiry date. So I entered into all of those things, and it has really. So now I don't do comedy out of pressure. I don't do that out of pressure. When I want to do my shows,
that's
now,
powerful.
Yes, so my audience know me. They know, come to my show. I'm not giving you slapstick. We will sit down. We will tell ourselves story. It's 40 minutes, 1 hour. We just start. You will laugh. You will learn all in one. But I'm not importing another comedian's audience. The people that are coming to my show, they know that they are coming to laugh. They will learn. So I'm not covetous of one person's audience. My audience know me. And so it has really, I think that's one thing that has really helped me, like, to balance everything.
That's powerful. The average age of Nigerians is 16.6. That means the bulk of our population are below 17.
Wow.
So we're very bottom heavy. Right? It's like a pyramid.
Sure.
We're very bottom heavy, and Which is also why we've addressed some of these issues, because they are like the ideal profile of the victims of these ills into society. Social media, you know, the re-engineering of our reward systems, the lack of attention span, lack of reading culture, lack of discipline. That's the age. If you were speaking to one 17-year-old right now who represents all the 17-year-olds in Nigeria or in Africa, because we have no idea how far this can go, what would you tell that person?
I would tell the person, the 16-year-old, that number one, education is not a scam. Don't let it enter your head. Education is not a scam. Get educated. Either formally or informally. Just learn. Then be true to yourself. Don't allow people's opinion sway you. If I'm that guy that listens to people's opinion, I might not turn out like this. Everything I distinguish myself in, someone at one point or another told me that I can't do it.
Wow.
Everything, I can tell you. The texture of your voice, I don't think you can speak. You are not funny, you look too serious.
Wow.
You are not. Everything that has given me money in millions to the glory of God, someone once said it at one point, that I don't think this thing is for me. So, and that brings to the consciousness of the fact that don't allow opinions. The way you can short pay yourself is to allow people's opinion weigh you down. All you need to do is to just, as a 16-year-old, at that point, that's the moment where you are forming. So please feel free to make your mistakes. Make those mistakes. Let them be your gym plan. You are building muscles of relevance. So make those mistakes. Don't be afraid to experiment, so that by the time you start entering adulthood, you have a direction. Because there's no pressure, but there's a lot of advantage that comes with getting it right early. You can't compare. Yes, we serve a God of restoration, but if you have the privilege of getting it right early, please seize it. Don't fall for that deception that you are permitted to do this, you still have time. There's no time. Don't fall for those societal use. Don't fall for drugs. Don't fall for, no matter how they present it to you.
Appealing it is.
If people like us can survive it, I say it boldly on camera. Never have been backstage with Afrobeat artists, big artists, where they were passing things before they go on stage. They got to my turn, I collected it and I gave the next person. There's no harm in collecting. I did not take it.
Wow.
So you have to have that, like the theme of this podcast, faith and culture. So culture is what you create for yourself personally. So if you don't have that personal barrier, the one coming from outside will infiltrate you. So if you have a personal barrier, when something is coming from outside, if it aligns, you allow it in. If you don't allow it, it becomes a bulletproof. It repels it. So you have to form those culture early as a citizen. I know I've said so much, but I think it's very important, because a lot is lying on day getting it right.
Absolutely.
Or else there will be problem.
Absolutely.
A lot lies in that age grade. Getting it right. I have clients that their biggest headache now is succession. There's no one.
Wow.
There is no one. I have clients like there's no one. I have clients when I had a client that, do you know what it means for someone to sell his house and move to a hotel? Because he sold his house and then started living in the hotel. Because he just realized that all of a sudden is another conversation. I don't want to go there. But the point is, there's a lot. Why that man would take that kind of decision is he checked it.
There was nobody to
There's nobody to carry on.
Wow.
There's no one to carry on. So he was comfortable giving it to a whole stranger. There's nobody showing even the tendency to pick it from the values are disappearing. See what our parents got right. See what we are doing. And this is a generation that is highly opportune. This is a generation where at least avenues to wealth They are bigger.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is the generation that should get it right. And ultimately, a 16-year-old, that you must know God.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's the foundation. If you know God, every other things will fall in place. If you not the God they told you, not the God they preach to you, the God you know yourself, that the way you know it, you might not even be able to explain it. If you know God in that way, that I think that's the ultimate thing. Knowing there's a way you know that God, you yourself, you know. You'll be going through some things and you will tell people about it. This thing, it will wither. I've had those experiences before. I've had stories of miraculous healing. I've had stories of miraculous way that I didn't do anything special. I just tap into what I know. I just say, this thing not fit happen. So, I wasn't grandstanding. I just knew, but I can't explain. Someone looking at me will say, someone will say, oh, grandstand me. But me, I knew that what I tap into, I know, sir.
Wow.
If it's the same God that took me when I was motherless, that took me through school, that took me, So if he could take me through all those experiences, now he will not leave me. No. So I think knowing God, and the last one is for men like you, thank God you are the ones on pulpit, so I will not spare you, is that, and I appreciate the dimension of your expression also, is to simplify, people like you simplify the gospel a lot, is to simplify it for that age grade. Yeah, I think the degree of our teachings is centered around, it's not like, I think we need to simplify it more. We need to make it more acceptable to, there's a generation that has gotten it right. It's guidance they need. There's a generation that needs forming. You are creating them. Those are the people we need to focus on. Those are it might sound controversial. Now, senior pastors suppose they teach children church. I swear.
I get you.
Now, senior pastors suppose they teach children church. Because now there be pop, now there. Now, senior pastor suppose. So maybe once in a while he teaches the audience, but it's not a conversation for this.
I get you. I honestly get you. The quality of teaching, the quality of understanding has to be at that level. But simplified to that age grade and audience. Very powerful. Wow. This has been so refreshing and enlightening and profound. But it's very easy to talk about the problems of Nigeria or the problems of Africa or the problem of a generation and just continue to go on and on and on and on. Which is why we've interjected this with conversations around what to do, how to move forward from here. We can't keep cursing the darkness. We have to turn on the light. And at the end of the day, you can't control the person beside you, the person around you. The only person you have control over is yourself.
Yes, sir.
So if you're listening to this, then you have the responsibility of taking yourself very seriously and ensuring that if everybody misses it around you, you will not miss it. And tell yourself those home truths, because it's possible to get it. No matter how decadent a generation gets, the grace of God in that generation is even stronger. The Bible says that where sin abounds, grace even much more abounds. So as much as there are clear challenges with the realities of our demography and some of the declining value systems that is creating all kinds of issues in our society today, we know that there are people that God can raise in this same generation as bastions of hope to raise the next order of things, to raise the next narrative of warriors, of people that will fight for the value system that should never die. Because there are some value systems that should never die. The value system of discipline, the value system of delayed gratification, the value system of honor, integrity, nobility, loyalty. Those value systems must never die. Money is not everything. Result is not everything. Gain is not everything. There are some things that are far more important than just looking rich and having all the, tokens of wealth and affluence. There's pleasing God that matters. There's creating a legacy for you and your children that matters. There's a good name that is better than gold and silver. These things are eternal and they must not be discounted or disregarded because of the age that we live in. God bless you. Thank you for listening to this. Thank you for listening to our conversations. Please share this with as many people as you know need to hear it. And I imagine a lot of people need to hear what we just shared. God bless your heart. Have an amazing day ahead. Cheers.